Press and enter and done. All the social media set up and software testing is complete. Electronic payment system's ready. It's all working, Julian. Where to go, buddy?
Fucking way, Buzz. You know what? You are the fucking man, buddy.
Oh, I know I'm the fucking man. I mean, I honestly don't think there's a snowball's chance of fucking hell this business is gonna work, but I did my best. Here we go.
Electricians, dishwashers, floor cleaners, lawyers, doctors, fucking politicians, CBC employees, principals, people that paint the lawns in the fucking roads. Get stoned, it'll be fun, get to work.
Ooh, we back again. Back again, feeling like shit. One day closer to the grave, baby. Whole world's my cemetery ground, dude. I look at you, I see a dead body. That's because I know I am the dead body already, and we are one, baby. What's up, boys? We got Brother Flame on the line.
Greetings, guys.
We got Maud
How's
here.
everyone doing?
We're doing
What's
great.
up, guys? Ramadan is next Wednesday.
Merry Ramadan, dude. What do
Let's go, guys.
All right, so what am I allowed to eat? I can eat capybara. That's allowed
Ooh.
in Ramadan.
Feet.
Capybara feet.
Only feet and toes.
The river pig. The Pope said I
River
could do
pig.
it. Yeah.
Hippos. Platypuses.
All halal. All cheweth the cud. What can I say? We're back again for a little bit of esoteric content for the world, for everybody at this point. You all need to hear it. You all do. That's why we're shilling it. We're shilling it on the high level, dude. We're going to my fucking Twitter, man. Got like a couple hundred followers. What more could I ask for?
I got 10 followers.
The
and 3 of them like all of mine.
The
Every time
loyalist 10 followers on the internet. Thanks, guys.
Every time I post something, it's always the same 3 people. High five.
Oh, okay. What's going on tonight? Now we had a whole thing going on. I've been following this. Apparently, I've been following a cult for a while. Didn't realize, but I guess that happens when you're in these kinds of scenes. I'm just watching let me find the most abhorrent shit on the internet I can fucking possibly watch. I watched all the gore, all the porn. Now it's on to just like cult indoctrinations.
I concur with that. I that's one thing that interests me a lot is seeing our other counterparts, seeing what they're doing, and maybe we could collaborate.
Everyone who's riding the wave, motherfuckers take themselves way too seriously. Look, I get it. You got a cult. You got to like maintain operations, but wouldn't it be a lot easier to just meet up at music festivals and have a good time?
Or like arcades.
No.
But, like, what about the other activities?
arcades.
What about the other activities like
Group
human
masturbation?
trafficking?
Human trafficking.
What's it?
The next
Drug
the next
trafficking, gun
gathering
running.
of the Juggalos is gonna be in Thailand.
We're going to corner the festival market and the whippets.
Everybody meet up at the fucking sex change lobby.
The what?
The free sex
What did you
change
say?
tent at the gathering of the Juggalos.
Yeah, in Thailand.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, what
yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah. Ghoul in the chat. Who trying to join my suicide pact cult? This cult will have a long and illustrious career. We're gonna make a lot of money. We're gonna have a lot of good times.
We
Then
are
we're all
all
gonna kill
already
ourselves.
dead. We
That's
have
exactly
died
it.
Before we have died.
I'm burning right now, dude, before your very eyes. Come lay in the pyre with me. We will be one by the end of
I'll
this.
be
fucking
like-
thing.
Fire and war.
I'll be the guy that documents everything.
That's what everybody says
But,
until they go to the gathering. They're like, wait, it's way more fun to do drugs and hang out with my friends than document a goddamn thing.
Oh,
That-
dude. I mean, that's why I bought the POV vision. So I
Everyone
don't
bought
have
things.
so I don't have to fucking have the camera up in my hand all the time. They're like, oh, you have to capture all this.
Tickets,
I'm in the moment, dude.
tickets
I
for the
am the
gathering go on sale in less than 2 weeks. From what I hear.
Oh, for real?
It is the first week of July. It would require me to, at the latest, leave for Ohio on July 4th. Sounds like a terrible idea, right?
Yes.
So I'd probably leave on July 3rd, get there on the 4th, and chill the fuck out, dude. Or get there, I don't know when I get there. It's
Yeah,
a
I
12
would-
fucking hour drive. Who knows?
I would say dedicate that whole week to the Ohio.
That's what you do, man. The whole week goes to like packing out my car like it's a game of Tetris. Gotta get everything in there, dude. Look, I realize the generator is pretty important, but I also need 600 cases of whippets in there, dude. So,
we don't need a generator.
make some sacrifices. We don't need a generator where we're going.
Dude, yeah,
There's
just-
talk of getting a hotel room, which would be cool.
We did that last time. I mean, like, dude, after a festival, you
No,
gotta have at
no,
least
no,
one day
no.
of chill.
We're talking about during the festival, we would have a hotel room on hand.
Get out of here. That takes away half of the fun.
Yeah, well, See, dude, just imagine bringing your woman. Just imagine it happened.
Well, okay, I understand because like
You guys
they can't
can-
deal with the
you
same shit
guys
we
can
deal
go to the
with.
hospital.
They
I can be that
can't.
one- I can be the one aesthetic from the
Dog.
life of Brian.
I slept outside on a fucking inflatable mattress the whole week last, and that's what you do. You camp the fuck out. There was no tent. I was just under a canopy on a mattress.
No.
And here's the thing: by the end of it, I had caught COVID and almost died, and then drove home from Ohio.
Here's Jordan.
Like, don't
It's
get me
awesome.
wrong. Like, there's a bunch of chicks there that could like deal with the whole camping out thing, but like, there's always those girls that like it's their first time and they can't deal with the Juggalo Fallout survival gameplay.
Yeah, that's why they have me.
I don't think that's just juggalos though. The festivals are fucking tough, dude. If you're just camping out and if you're there for more than just the weekend, as I hope to always be, it gets tough. It gets tough, dude. You hit those porta potties by like day 3, and they're topped off, brother. And it's not like it's just like level. No, it's like a mountain that's coming up out of the toilet with like the cherry of a used tampon on top. But this is where you suffer. It creates character.
Well, it also creates adventure because you also have to
Big
look
time.
at you have to look in the most obscure corners of the festival to find the cleanest porta potty. Like,
Or you get lucky.
We got
you get the
lucky.
worst campsite, but you happen to be next to the best porta potty.
I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. Like the porta potties near where we were the cleanest, dude. I went back there. I almost died in one of them.
This isn't how it was last year. That's not how it was. No.
How was it last year?
The porta potties were fucked. That's all well and good.
No hidden porta potties.
No, we didn't have any secret porta potties without walking like miles. Fucking, so it like flooded for a lot of the fucking things.
I
So
heard
things
about
were a fucking wreck. I decided while the rain was coming down, because we had a nice fucking campsite on like the top of a hill. I was like, fuck it, this is my shower, and we busted out the fucking what's that cool soap that has like God is one and all, and he's only one, and what is the soap that has that written all over the bottle? Dr. Bronner's, is that the one? You've never had this? I don't know what it is. Come on, if y'all had the soap before.
Go on. It's like castor oil
good
or some
soap.
bullshit like that.
It says God all over it. I have no idea, but I'm out there. We just like showering, like, you know, all fucked up. We just outside in the rain showering. And that's like, these are the moments, and it's like I will pay $1,000. I'll pay $2,000. I'll pay $10,000 to go to these fucking things. But to shower in the rain with your friends, priceless, dude. It's free. It's free. It's there. It's just right there. You just have to go get it.
You have to be in the moment.
And then that's the adventure aspect. And when you're out surviving with your friends, and make no mistake, you're surviving. When that rain is pouring down, like, it's like, everybody get a fucking side, make sure the thing doesn't fucking, and you're standing there like surviving, dude. But you're with your boys, and it's the best time.
Juggalo Ohio survival.
Best fed stream, Gary Newman says.
Trial by fire.
Cool says, just imagine bringing your woman. All right, I see. I am not being included in this conversation. What does that mean?
He has no one. I have nobody. Call my own.
Well, at the gathering, the Juggalos, you're in good company with that one. I gotta say.
Yeah, but you can just take one.
No, you can't.
Like, what are they gonna do?
All the Juggalos will turn around and stomp on your head.
Yeah.
Stomp on
These the Juggalos are not pushed
You have
over.
to take it. It's
like-
a hearing experience.
Dead air while we vape. Hold on, we're getting fucking stoned here.
What Sigmund Freud said about vaping.
He said, suck the dick! He said, 420, blaze it, you fucking... You mommy fucker! That's what he said. So yeah, you got less than 2 weeks until tickets are in the mix. Now the thing is, like, tickets to the gathering don't run out. as far as I can see. Dude, you fucking roll up to that shit on day 4 or whatever the fuck, and you'll get a ticket. I think they'll let your ass in.
I think
They let all the juggalos in. Why didn't they let you in?
I think there's come one, come all. That it's like they will sell tickets at the entrance, as well as like you could also take it might be looked down upon by pussies, but you can always sneak in.
It's hard to do now. We did that the first year.
No, it's like a
first
Metal Gear Solid level. You gotta memorize the patterns of the guards.
The first year we met up, they snuck me in. My tactic was to walk in like I owned the place, and it worked perfectly.
But it was so easy too, because there was just that path through the trees that literally just let you out at the campsite. It was so fucking easy. Now that you can't go through there, they like gated that fucking shit off.
Oh, they put a gate up there. Damn.
Yeah, they fucking like renovated the whole place. It's actually very, very dope. Everything is like paved now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's fucking cool. It's cool. I almost killed myself like walking on that shit the first year.
I remember. Yeah, it's so crazy. Did they still have like the water area in the same place? Because that's where it happened, right? Like you got like ran off the road or some shit. Like near the water. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So anyway, I was on a bunch of drugs, you see, and we're in the pit, and by pit I mean it's like 1 p.m. and there's like the first act on the 3rd stage, and it's like some metal band, and like I would have mosh, and there's nobody really around. There's some like big skinhead motherfucker who comes up ready to mosh with me. I go like run at him, and he fucking elbows me right in the ribs. I don't think it was on purpose, but he caught me, motherfucker.
I thought that was during the day.
It was like 1 p.m. Like I said, it was in the middle of the day.
1
but then
p.m. I thought you said
later on, it's like the main event. All the concert shit is happening, and I'm like walking down this big hill that's where it's like the main hill to the concert area, and some crazy motherfucker is in their car like backing the fuck out. And keep in mind, it's like pitch fucking black. People are camped all around. I'm not saying like, dog, like feet away. And he's like trying to pull out and drive the fuck away. Who knows what drugs this dude's on? But he like backs out into like a rock that's essentially like a barricade. But I like dive out of the way of this fucking car. It wasn't that close, but it was too close for comfort. I get the fuck out of the way, and like I said, it's pitch black. I step off the fucking trail, like bust my ass. At that point, I'm all fucked up, but I'm on so much cocaine and liquor that I'm unstoppable.
Yeah,
so it didn't even matter until the next day.
I remember you saying that.
Well, that's the thing, is like, after that shit, I just went back to the campsite, I fucking got my bottle of vodka, and I brought it to the stage. And I'm like chugging vodka. Oh, man. Hell yeah.
To be honest, that's one thing I miss the most, is the fucking moshing, dude. Like, that's one thing I like, is like the energy, like everybody, like, I call it like peaceful war, you know? Like a peaceful war. Like everybody's just bros. We're all bumping the energy and all that. It's almost like to the untrained eye, it's probably like aggressive and all that shit. But like, it's the best fucking exercise. It's the best fucking experience at these shows.
So Chamberlain's asking, what happened to the other podcasts? What happened to the other streams? And well, it's like, things fucking change quickly on the internet, faster than I even realize. I'll say that. I'll be doing the same bit for years and then realize like a year too late that wow, this shit has fucking sailed. And what I mean by that is like, you're talking about like the cryptid and spooky stuff. That fucking original content, like the raw video stuff, it's like impossible to find. I've shown you everything. And now it's like, all right, well, that was years ago. We could bring it up again. What do? I make a handful of streams where I talk about the same thing over and over again until I get bored of it, and we just talk about how aliens are demons or something. I don't care. It's so boring. It's so boring. Circle. The good content was the shit I found when I was on YouTube in like 2007. And I was bringing that to the table when I first started doing this. Now it's like impossible to find. And here's the thing. You're watching the right stream because we're fucking going back to that shit tonight. I got that shit. I got that 2007 weird shit. That's what we're doing here. So, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Jamie in the chat. Jackie in the chat. Pooh Man in Porta Shitter on day 3. Dude, you saw the Pooh Man in the Porta Shitter. So is that like the Ohio Grassman? It's like the Ohio Pooh Man. Same thing though, really? I don't know. Who can
You
say?
gotta go to the most clogged up porta potty and turn around 3 times. Do a handstand on it.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Like what the Henders do when they make a poop man.
God forbid, when Violent J passes, I'm gonna go to the fucking. I'm gonna go to Thornville, Ohio. Every chance I get, I'm gonna find the nearest porta potty and I'm gonna fucking turn around 3 times, say Violent J, Violent J, Violent J. I'm gonna take a giant dump in his honor, and he's gonna appear before me and grant me 3 wishes.
Juggalo lore.
Yeah.
Oh, Ohio lore. It only works in Ohio.
I'm digging the chat. People are commenting. I'm not used to this. I can't even keep up with it the way I'm set up. I wasn't set up for people to fucking comment. What the fuck are you guys doing, dude?
Well, we read them out loud. Trucker guy of the Trucker Master Race. Trucking guy says, finally.
Oh, hell yeah. I want to talk about The Gathering more. I guess it's too early to go like full bore into it. I don't know.
Fuck
I want to do
dude.
it.
Let's
I wanna-
reminisce. Like, I want to be...
I want to do it the same way we did it last year. We got the whole fucking setup. We got the generator. We got the fucking inflatable furniture. We got the fucking massive canopies. The fucking wedding tent. Motherfuckers coming up to us, dude. We're the hot shit. We got the lights all blaring in our fucking campsite in the middle of the fucking night, partying our asses off. People coming to us. That's how I want that shit to be. It's so easy to find yourself in your own little island at these things. Like, all right, we're in our campsite and it's dark out now. I don't know. Do more drugs. It's kind of lame.
Well,
You bring the party.
It's the funny thing is like we're like nocturnal crackheads because like we're over here using our night vision. I like for the hottest minute, like I was wearing my sunglasses until like 3 in the morning, and that was all because whatever I was taking was making me geek and have night vision. Like it was. We have to do all that shit in the darkness because we didn't have no lights. And like it wasn't until later we found the candles, the mosquito candles, and we were using that as light.
Yeah, the first year it was rough, yo. That was survival, man. The second year, honestly, the weather was much more brutal, so it was still survival, but we were way more prepared for it. Jamie, yes, there will be another gathering. Shaggy 2 Dope confirmed it. 2 weeks tickets go on sale. So anyone wants to party, come party. Everyone's invited. It's the gathering, baby.
This is the Skinwalker gathering. Is going to be.
You let me know. I'll be there. I'll be there. I will find you. Let me know. My phone will be on me. I will get the notifications.
You will stay in the cave with me.
You know,
You will not struggle.
you know, like my critiques. All right, so this is gonna be a little bit of a tangent, or it's probably something stupid. But I just came from Disneyland, right? And I have to say, like, the way they make everything seem all like magical and bullshit is actually kind of very impressive. So I was like thinking, it's like, why can't they do something like that at a festival? And like the way they do merchandise at Disneyland is that you have to go explore Disneyland to find the things. So I was like, why not have the same concept too? Not just have like one merch tent in the fucking festival, but like have a merch tent like hidden throughout the festivals that you have to like go around and look and shit. Wouldn't that be cool? Like it has the idea of exploration.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't.
Say, but it sounds cool. The last thing I need is more merch to buy at the gathering. I'm not there to buy merch. I buy a T-shirt. I buy a T-shirt for me and my girlfriend every year. That's it.
It's the idea of when we do our shit. When we do our shit, we could have like the fucking merch tents, not just only one.
I'm ready. I got the heat press.
Yeah.
I'm been tie-dyeing the tees. I got designs, dude. I got new shit. Hell yeah, dude. Chat talking about bringing Maud to the gathering. make it your primary mission to bring Wad.
What?
Y'all don't even
Wad
understand
has
it.
become-
It's been my primary mission to bring all the motherfuckers. It's the motherfuckers who fail me. It's not. I don't.
Gar.
Mud has more of an excuse than anybody, really. And the thing is, it's not any one person that I can point to. It's just the fact that when I say this, 20 people are like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go," and like 2 go. And it's not. This shit ain't for me, yo. You will have the best time of your life in the weirdest place you've ever been. Maybe it's not for everybody, but I will guarantee you will have an experience that you'll be able to tell stories about this shit for the rest of your life and laugh your ass off. Promise you.
Yeah.
Promise you.
Yeah, especially if you never experienced anything like this before. Like it will help you come out of your shell. It'll help you grow. Like these experiences, man, like are bar to none, dude. They're just fucking.
It's and that is the thing is like because of festivals, I have endless amounts of stories to just run my mouth about, and I don't know. It's like, so what is that worth? It's like when I go to social things, I have shit to say. I can sound like I've done cool shit.
It helps the true self to come out. You know, like you're just everybody's chill. Like there's no like hang up on it, like inhibitions of like what to expect from other people. Just be yourself, man. Like, and a lot of people have a hard time. Yeah. That's the whole thing about the juggalos is that like there's like no real discrimination. Like everybody's family.
Yeah, amen to that. And like a lot of people would shit on you for saying that, just like offhand. But it's like, dude, I am specifically there to have a great time with everyone I meet, regardless, dude. I'm already like, I've decided I want to hang out with juggalos. Do you think I have a problem with anybody else? Like, no, fuck no, dude. I'm there to hang, bruh.
Yeah,
be chilling.
Yeah,
Scar says Kickstarter / GoFundMe to bring Mud. I have I've bought people tickets. I've sent them all of the money to buy tickets.
Thank you.
And they still don't buy
need
them.
Your money. I am out of school. I got my stupid degree, so I can make a concerted effort.
I have a bunch of money in my fucking Cash App because people sent money back to me after not buying tickets.
All right, so like.
Fucked.
This is, if you're hearing this podcast right now, this is your call to adventure, dude. Like, come meet the Skinwalker gang in this
Don't even frame
world,
it that way, dude. You will meet the wildest people you've ever seen in your life. You will be part of the Carnival Freak Show. And that's not even like Juggalo taglines and buzzwords, though. It's like you will be part of the fucking Freak Show. You will know what I mean. You'll be in the midst of it, surrounded by it. And it's only at places like this where I can be surrounded by 10,000 insane, raging motherfuckers and I feel like I am all alone. And that's a beautiful thing because I can have both. I can be with my best friends and be having a great time, or I can literally just get lost in a crowd of 10,000 people and be all by myself and just vibe on it. It's an amazing thing.
Like that. There was like getting lost in the carnival itself is pretty fun because like we split up like unintentionally. We get lost in the carnival.
Sometimes, dude, things are really interesting and like, dude, I'm going that way. I know y'all doing this thing.
I'll
be around. Yeah. I'm going over here for a while, dude.
I was like that with the fire dancers and shit. I was just like the full moon is up there and you got these mystical looking ass motherfuckers just like. Shh. The fire is fucking sick, dude. Yeah.
Best times of my life. Promise you that. Promise you that.
And who knows? You might find yourself a girlfriend then.
Look, there's a lot of festivals. There's a lot of festivals you can go to find yourself a GF. I wouldn't recommend the Gathering of the Juggalos. You're going to the Gathering of the Juggalos to hang with your homies. Dog. There is slim pickings. Do you think there's like more juggalos now than there was in 1998?
Hell no.
I saw footage. I saw one clip of this chick with duct tape on her nipples and SS.
There's women. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the vast majority of the juggalo audience is male, and they're bringing their girlfriends. So that is the reality.
Right. They're free.
Amen. Free,
I will
free women.
convert them and make them free.
Ghoul says, if I was in a crowd that big by myself, I would kill myself right then and there.
What? Why is that?
I don't understand, dude. You got to get your life together, bro. You're living wrong. That's your problem.
See, the crowd will already do that for you.
They won't unless you do something weird. Don't do anything weird, dude. And by weird, look, the standards for weird is like literally rape and murder. Like you can look, there is a Ferris wheel right next to the main stage. ICP is going on while the Ferris wheel is happening. Motherfuckers are throwing 2-liter bottles of fucking Faygo at the Ferris wheel. There are children on the Ferris wheel. Now, you might think that's dude, it's some soda at the ICP show. Well, guess what, motherfucker? You better have brought your motherfucking bottle rockets. Because you were aiming that motherfucker right at the Gravitron. Right now. Look, this is a party, dude. Do you not understand about party? Myself.
That Ferris wheel is Samsara. You're living it. You're on it.
I have every intention of bringing about 1,000 glow sticks. I just want to be a glow stick man. And I'm gonna get a jersey. I'm gonna get one of the $200 jerseys, and I'm gonna put all the glow sticks in my jersey. I'm gonna wing them out to the crowd, dude. And I'm gonna be the happiest I've ever been in my life.
Jamie says, I don't like to get sticky. You know, the funny thing is, like, I didn't really actually get sticky.
When it's raging, when like the party's happening and sodas are flying, it's all diet. So it's not that sticky.
I was about to say that because there's a huge emphasis on diet Faygo at the gathering.
You're gonna get hit with regular ass Faygo. It's gonna happen, but you'll be fine.
You gotta be alert though, because when people are messing with the fireworks and the fucking Faygo bottles, you don't want to catch one of those.
Faygo's flammable. A lot of people don't know this.
I saw at least like 3 different girls get hit in the head with the fucking Faygo bottles.
Well, the first year
we saw happened right in front of me.
We saw a guy who got his face rocked open. He said he was on like 10 hits of acid in the fucking pit, and he got rocked with like a full fucking bottle of Faygo. His fucking nose was completely shattered. His lip was straight up ripped the fuck into. Gnarly. We saw him the next day. We were asking him about it. Yeah, he said he was all fucked up on acid.
Wanna know?
And here's the thing.
I got these scars.
An interesting thing about LSD. One time, I fucking slammed my fingers in a heavy ass door on like 3 hits of acid. Instead of feeling pain, I saw the most beautiful array of colors.
Yeah, it's crazy how that shit has a
synesthesia is what they call that, right? Is that what that is?
I don't think seeing colors is associated with that.
Well, it is. It's your senses getting confused, right? Like you're like
probably that's probably what happened.
You're hearing colors, tasting music, shit like that.
You were clinically dead for a second. That's what happened.
It happens. Yeah, Jamie says last time I did acid, I had absolute ego death. Was sick.
Awesome, dude.
Mod, what you think about them NAFs?
NAF?
Yeah.
Like NAFTA?
No. Isn't it like an Arabic word?
Oh, nafs, the ego.
Yeah. What you think?
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
What's the is like? Do you translate that? What? Am I saying it wrong? Look, I'm saying it like a white guy. It's fair, right?
Nafs.
Nafs. Okay.
Yeah,
Nafs. So that is like synonymous with like the Eastern idea of ego, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of. Where it's like it's the animalistic evil, not really evil part of the human body, but Satan advises it in me on the Sufi path.
It almost sounds like the devil on your shoulder type bit. Is it like?
No, not really. It works congruent with the devil. Your job as a human being is to cut it off from the devil's influence so you can use it to power through your training. To overcome the self, but do not destroy it completely.
I hate that guy already.
like propel it. And it's kind of unfair.
They're saying like don't destroy it completely.
Well, you can't. So what
Well,
you
yeah,
do
I
is
was about to
You
say,
die
all your worship.
immediately.
You die before you die. That's the whole purpose.
But what were you saying a second ago? You were saying something about worshiping it.
No, use it. You use it as fuel once you get to a certain point.
The ego.
Yeah.
I've kind of come to some of these conclusions in my own meditations. It's like it's always something that comes back. So like it's like shamanism is like taking like these heroic doses, going through ego death, going through rebirth, and the theme of rebirth is so constant. It's like something that like is never ending, because like sometimes people would be like, oh, they think it's like just one ego death.
Yeah,
So
and
It's
a
an
long
ego death
time.
every day, dude.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a lot. It's so mythological, like the myth around it, dude. There's like a myth around it that makes it like it's just the phoenix just does it one time.
Mud,
Nah,
who was Meister Eckhart?
Meister Eckhart was a Christian mystic and theologian from Germany.
Okay, so
And
I once heard he did a Christmas sermon where his bit was that Christ is born and dies every day within you.
Yeah, because it's an eternal sacrifice. Without that sacrifice being eternal, there's no point.
Yes. So that I feel like that's kind of what we're talking about here. And that's like you said, you can't live without the ego, but you have to spend your entire life trying to tame the ego like a wild animal.
Yeah.
So every day it's that struggle. It's that up and down. You win and you lose every single day, whether big or small.
The ego police when you need them. That's what Ghoul said. The ego police. I mean, the only person that could police it is yourself, man. But you have to be self-aware about it. That's the trick. A lot of people are just like all into themselves at the moment. But that's why we try to kill the ego. But what Maud is saying is like not kill the ego, was it? Am I understanding that?
You can't actually kill the thing. You can experience the death of it, but then it's gonna come right back.
Then it's coming right back. So
Yeah, so the metaphor we use, like my teachers use, is your ego becomes a donkey you can actually use to travel. By travel, I don't know what that means.
Well, it is because I mean,
because of like
right. What about like this? Now I often see it. Now let me try to help me fucking maintain where I'm at in this here now. So a lot of people, modern science, for example, like whether they admit it or not, like implicitly, like man is at the top with like the most consciousness or sentience or whatever. Then you got the animals below that. You have plants below that. You have like rocks and minerals that have like none whatsoever.
Yeah.
But the reality, I think it's almost backwards. It is. I think all things have consciousness. All things are alive in their own way. And you can see it, and it's almost like man is at the bottom of the chain because we have this duality that we're always fighting with. Now, animals, you see less of this. They do things with, you could say, ego, with self-preservation in mind, things like that. But really, they don't have this philosophical struggle at all. They're just going about their lives, right? So we're going more and more attached to the material plane almost. Then we go to plants. Plants are alive, but they just go in cycles. They go very, very slowly. They just want to reach for the sun. That's all they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
How do we know that?
What?
How do we know that?
That's what they do. It's flat out what they do.
That's just what they do. But like,
come on, man. Come on, Jack.
They probably could see what we're doing.
They cannot. They've some. I believe they have some sensory something. But come on, Jack. They're obviously
They-
living much slower, much
they do
closer
have-
to the
they
Earth,
do-
literally and figuratively. Part of
They
the Earth.
can make sound, and they do have what we could consider nervous systems. So
Yeah.
plants can feel pain, and they can feel touch.
That's all well and good. I feel like the interpretation thereof would be different than we can even understand. But that's what I'm
Right,
saying
it's
is
an
that all things
electrical
are alive.
charge.
But
It's
I
like
think
a neuron without the neuron.
we can even take that to the mineral level. Now, minerals, I believe there's a consciousness in them. I think there is a life in them. The way crystals grow, it's not so dissimilar from the way other things grow. But it takes a very, very long time, and they are the very foundation of the earth. There is no struggle. There is no attempt at self-preservation. It is simply to be. Right?
Yeah.
So I feel like the whole, list, the order of things is inverse, where we are looking at things at the top level. Sentience is the thing, like whatever the fuck that is, right? So what that actually is this conflict, this separation, this duality, this attachment to bullshit. And when you go down like the order of things,
The divine hierarchy is where we're supposed to be at. In when we got to this bitch of an earth, it flipped. It definitely flipped. This is why rings are important. The stones you wear are important. This is why when you say a word, the vibrations will continue on into infinity. We have the potential to be greater than all these things, but we make a conscious choice not to in our daily lives.
Our
Ultimately,
desires.
where we
our
want to
conditions.
end up is between duality.
well, this is back where I'm talking about though.
Yeah.
Like that is the use of the ego is when you're talking about like traveling on the donkey. The traveling is operating in harmony with natural law, with God, being in the Dharma, the Tao. You're in the zone. You're just doing your duty without recognizing yourself as the actor, without expecting results from the actions.
Right. Until there is no I.
Yes.
I also see like what Yakov says is you use the ego. It's like using it as a tool. So basically, like, what do we have the ego for, right? Is to react to the physical stimuli in the world that
I think the
we're
ego is
interfacing
a result of attachment, a result of karma.
with.
It is
No,
conflict.
I'm saying like at a very like basic level. You're like taking it to like super higher spiritual
we're here
level, like
for.
basic like function like survival wise, because like this is why we have to like have an ego, like our why we have fears and stuff like that associated with egos and stuff like that. These are mechanisms that keep us alive.
But I think that is the wrong way to look at it. You're looking at it as if
No,
the
I mean, like,
material
that
gave
is-
birth
that is what
to
it
consciousness.
is
I disagree.
for.
I think it's reverse. I think it's reverse. I think
No, because
I
like,
don't
that-
think the material universe gives birth to
because like
consciousness.
I'm
Consciousness.
taking for a generalization for more people. Like
I know, but that it is
as
just flat out
species.
wrong. I think it's flat out
I
wrong.
mean, that's how it's been used though.
I know, and it's very
been used
confusing.
like
It's
that.
very fucking confusing. Things become a lot simpler. Suddenly, fucking quantum physics makes sense if you think in terms of consciousness bearing the material world as opposed to the other way around.
Yeah, I mean but what you're saying is also like when a consciousness like an individual like us, like we're transcending the ego, so we're doing the things like you're saying, like serving without getting recognition or expecting anything in return, to serve in the like the image of God. So like,
I think it is a failing in our consciousness that requires that's the attachment to the physical world. That is what births the ego. That's what births separation. The need for something, forgetting that you are everything and have everything already. That is basically the fall of man. I think that's why you can look at the animal kingdom, like I'm saying, and they have not fallen. Because there is far less attachment to the physical world. They recognize, without even having to recognize, that they are one and the same with the system they're living in.
Yeah.
It is
But they
that
can still
illusion.
speak the languages of men whenever they want to.
What's that?
They can still speak the languages of men whenever they want to.
Sure, why not? Science proved that a long time ago.
Is
Same
that
with
like
rocks, really?
Is that like with a tidbit from Islam?
Yes. There's a lot of stories where palm trees will talk, where mountains will have emotions and anger, and it's a lot like real life is a lot like Lord of the Rings.
It's true.
There's angry trees and angry mountains out there. Don't fuck up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But yeah, I think that is the mistake, to think that the material world required our ego, or like that we required an ego to exist, when it's like, this is existence. This is like the demiurge prison. That's what this
It's
is.
something that develops, though, isn't it? Like it's something that grows.
I think
with
it's
you.
no. I think it's something that dissipates.
What do you mean by that?
That's what it's meant to do. The ego.
It diffuses.
And
Dissipate.
you can recognize it throughout a single lifetime, but I think the purpose of this the karmic cycle is to have less and less attachment to the physical world, less and less ego. That's why when you're the Buddha and you're at the end of that thing, it's like you completely get rid of your ego, just enough to barely exist in the physical world.
Yeah. We have from our own traditions, once a saint reaches a certain point, he doesn't feel appetite. His body will begin to emaciate, and he won't know why. And so there comes that time where he has to physically feed the ego. Because, like the Greeks, the ego is tied to appetite, is tied to the belly, and the belly is tied to the animalistic fire or thumos that you need to overcome.
Oh, I'm coming.
Interesting.
Right.
And it sounds like the chakra.
Yes. It is the Greeks and the Indians and the Muslims, by extension, have the same flow of energy or understanding of chakra within the body.
I was having this sort of discussion earlier with someone. We were talking about like the origin of different like pagan religions, and I was asked, like, did these things come about independently, or were they influenced from each other? And the answer is you can't have it without both. It has to be both. And the fact is, yeah, there's a definite exchange of ideas and cultures happening, but at the same time, what they are practicing is ingrained in your very DNA.
Right.
So it just can't go anywhere. It is you. It'll have, all you can do is put different window dressing on it. And it's fine. Whatever works for you. But all the ideas basically remain the same, timeless.
That's why the languages are similar. Unless you get the political split between the Zoroastrians and the Hindus.
Nobody give a crap about that.
In Zoroastrianism, devas are the demonic and the Asuras are the heavenly forms.
No, that just, to me,
that was a political split.
Okay, some of this terminology to me, we like to apply our modern definitions to these things when they're actually not applicable at all. And I think a lot of these terms are referring to orders of beings that are not really specific at all, with many, many different subcategories. So really what could be an angel or a demon or whatever at any given time is kind of up in the air, it seems to me.
Right, but we're seeing through the eyes of a being that only sees in 3 dimensions, and we're limited by our physical bodies, so we can only rely on a living transmission of master to student to decipher these things. Otherwise,
Sure.
My experience as well.
Well, this is where I'm not so orthodox, is that where I totally agree with what you're saying, just at face value. I also think the teachers are harder to come by. I think that's a natural thing right now.
They will find you, though. You had a guy teach you the Bible. Did you not?
I did.
Yes.
Probably for 10 years.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
They will find you. The process of, look, God made a promise to you that he would bring about his order. He can't do that fairly without giving some tidbits, some extra way of reaching him, direct way of reaching him, through either self-discipline, overcoming the ego, and somebody tell you how they did it.
Man, self-discipline a bitch.
Yeah, so
You could always do left-hand path and just.
Well, I am.
yeah,
Left-hand path still requires discipline, it turns out.
I was about to say, like,
You can only smoke so much kratom
That's true.
on certain days.
Only on the auspicious days.
Yeah.
It turns out the auspicious days are every time I'm smoking kratom. It's just weird how that works. Like every time I'm eating acid, there's a supermoon. I don't know how it works. It just happens.
I've always like tried to keep my usage on full moons and stuff like that.
She is my mother, after all. She do be.
He do be shiny.
Doobie. All right. Well, now that we're on full board drug talk, let's fucking. We're talking about the what police were we talking about? The ego police. The ego police.
The ego.
I'm thinking about the ego police, and I'm wondering if that's like the Clockwork Elves.
The Clockwork Elves.
Ego police.
They
I don't know. I don't think so.
All right. Whatever. Fine.
They exist on their own, independent of you.
I mean,
Nothing
what's your
exists on its own, independent of me. Nothing at all.
Yakov, what's your experience with the machine elves? Because
Zero.
like
I don't see machine elves.
Okay.
I see beautiful jungle lady who turns into a snake.
All right, my experience with the so-called machine elves is that's what I think they were. They seem to be just like minding their own damn business, and they were annoyed when I like came near them, I guess.
Shouted slurs at him.
No, they were like flexing on me with their ability to like make things out of thin air.
They do that. I mean, even the jungle lady did that. Man, I wonder what that is. It almost sounds like it's just like reality is not what you seem. Wake up. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
She was making things with her hands, and she was telling me to go out and make things. And I didn't really know what that meant at the time. I started like learning how to make art. I learned Photoshop. I learned also. That's why I'm doing this shit, because I learned all this fucking shit. What I didn't realize is what I think she was telling me is that like creation's not what you think it is. Every act of your life is a creative act, whether you like it or not. So, and it was go out and create so that others may be inspired to create. So it's like you got to look at when you're going about your day, look at everything you do like it's going to, form some idea of somebody, mold somebody in some way.
Right, just like the machine elves or how they form themselves are according to your perception at the time.
I think
They
they're
can take any
living.
form.
The archetypes are pretty
They
clear. I don't know.
live. They live in that realm. It's
Yeah,
like,
but they is a projection of you.
Yeah.
hey, what?
So
They
the
they
elves.
This is the
are
secret. This is the
prediction?
secret of drugs that nobody understands, and you're not going to understand any better after we're done. This is
So
the secret.
The
All right.
elves are a projection of you. You wanted them to appear as elves, they appeared as elves.
I think that's an oversimplification. The things
I know, but it works.
Yeah, the things
Well,
you
well,
see
the-
in these states, they do not exist outside of you. Does that mean they don't exist? No. Guess what, dude? The fucking computer in front of you doesn't exist outside of you. Nothing exists outside of you. That's what you remember to go home, to lose the attachments, to keep that in mind. There's no, and this is back to the thing about solipsism that I was saying. People fucking like to apply that, but the point is, like, you looking at me, I am a projection of you. I only exist in any, like, the only way I exist, really, is in your idea of me that you carry around. We're all one. The idea of duality, of separation, is an illusion. When I say these things and you listen to me, I am you reminding yourself. And it's the same with the fucking machine elves. That's why motherfuckers go on Joe Rogan, and it's like, oh, are they real or is it just something in your head? Dude, everything is in your goddamn head. Everything. Nothing exists that's not in your head. The realization is that we're all one, experiencing each other, totally fucking confused. Oh, what? You're over here. What? All one. You're already there.
So like people say like the DMT is like a it changes your consciousness so you see into a different realm. So
I don't think there's
like,
any other
is
realm,
that-
dude. You're
You
there.
don't think there's any other realm?
You are deceived into believing that you are limited to a 3D space. There's no easy way out of that deception. There is only infinity. You have decided, you have locked yourself in your own prison because you thought it was more comfortable there than experiencing infinity, which was real overwhelming. Some shit like that.
Then we wouldn't have to take. Then we wouldn't be taking fucking DMT. Then
What?
We don't need DMT.
Yeah,
okay?
it's there.
I've seen the
DMT
same
helps.
shit you have without fucking drugs. You don't need DMT. It's fun. You don't fucking need it.
no, you don't need it. But like the reason why like you're taking it at the high dose is so you could like break through.
I mean,
like on demand.
you could say that the reason
But
to
what
all
Mod
drugs
talking
is to
about
forget,
is
forget
that-
about the
that-
illusion.
aesthetic
already
pro-
exists.
What
That
Mod is
already
saying
exists
is-
whether you take DMT or not. You're not breaking through a thing.
You're remembering a thing somehow. I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
What
He's
you're
doing
talking
it,
about
yeah.
is doing it in a natural aesthetic way, which there's a whole bunch of Buddhist bullshit all on
Look,
that.
Here's what this
Like
is,
when we're
okay?
talking,
It's the same thing.
weed-
It's your brain
weed
that does it.
Smoking took hours, okay? There were hours of breathing exercise, hours of sitting in yoga, and then they hit a bong, supervised by the head of the hunting group.
Here's the thing, dude. All of these drugs, they only release chemicals that are, what's the word, endogenous to you, I want to say. They exist inside of you already. It's not that you don't take the chemical usually, and that's the thing that gets you high. It hits receptor and shit's released inside of your body that makes you feel good. Right? Someone counter signal me if I'm wrong here.
Well, you kind of got it backwards. It's like the shit goes into your body, then hits the receptors, and then like gives the experience.
But that's exactly what I said though. It hits the receptors, and then your body releases a bunch of
oh,
feel
well,
good shit.
you started with hitting the receptors.
Whatever, dude. But you get what I'm saying though. That's what happens though. It's not like now like there is literally heroin in my blood and I feel good. It hits receptors inside of you, and your body releases a bunch of feel good shit. All of that shit is inside of you already. You can release that through natural means. That's what a lot of these yogic things are about.
Yeah, yeah. You also have like an idea of like LSD flashbacks when you may crack a bone or like you do a stretch in your body. I've had that happen.
Near-death experiences. The visions on near-death
Oh,
experiences.
yes.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the same thing. Yeah, and Pengus be in that chat, dude. I didn't know, man. Jesus didn't say nothing like that. I don't know if he's trying to trigger me.
Jesus had planned things like that.
I have a whole gospel of things that Jesus said that were just like that. Well, how much
said
of
group consciousness? There's.
I
He didn't
mean,
say group consciousness. He
but
said he was a consciousness.
in the Gospel of Thomas, he says that we are his twin if we could only realize it. If we could only realize it, we'd know that the kingdom of God has already come and it's within us all. He said that two men sit on a couch. One lives, one dies. And there's only one man. That's what it means. There's only one. You have to realize that everything he was, you already are if you could just realize it. And that's all Jesus is the perfect realization of humanity. It's all about realization. You're the same as him, except you didn't realize it. And it's not like me saying that can make anybody realize it. He said, I in you, that we may be one in the Father. I'm in you, and we're the same thing. We are the absolute. This is how Jesus could move mountains and control the sea. Because he is the absolute. And we have that power too if we could only realize it.
Made in his image is a projection of his rationality, his love, his compassion, his attributes. Okay. So according to Islam, again, God made creation to know him. He decided to be known by something. To know something is to join it, is to long for it. And ultimately, when the beloved prophet was taken up to the divine presence, Gabriel said to him, Gabriel was becoming tattered. He was disintegrating. The closer you get to God, the less of you there is. And ultimately, there can only be one.
It is because it becomes one less separation.
Right.
One less point in the web of consciousness. Because it goes back to there, it can't go away. There's nowhere to go away to. There is only one thing, and it's God.
Right, there's only one consciousness, not a collective. It seems like a collective.
I feel like this is it's semantics depending on the context it's used in.
I'm digging into you.
I would think of it as
The
like
absolute-
a singularity.
The word
and,
absolute and collective don't mean the same thing.
Well, I would say it would be both.
But
like with the cult thinking.
that's the point. It's everybody, but it can't be separated.
It is. At the same time, it isn't. Like if you want to take like
Dude,
what do you
one
call it?
consciousness is the truth. That is the absolute truth. It is the idea of separation is the illusion. But how do you put this shit into words? It's fucking hard.
Not
The point
a collective, because a collective means we're all in our little cubicles doing.
but that's
the
not.
same thing.
I don't really think that's strictly what that
That's
means,
literally
though.
what the word collective
In
is.
cubicles, it implies cubicles.
It means
We're
like
in our little
single
separate
individuals.
unit, working
We are
together.
in our little individual things. You
Yeah.
got to realize otherwise.
We will.
But like together, that makes it a collective.
It's all just semantics. It's nonsense.
Yeah, but like I like to think of it as like God is the singularity, that there's nothing but it, but at the same time like we are like shards of it, and I guess like at any moment like he could express himself in that. So like
It's this
is
moment.
the
There's only
idea
one
of-
moment.
This is the idea of subcreation.
yeah.
We were made to glorify him through ourselves. Through building shit and killing shit and destroying shit. And, you know.
Well, and that's the
making
thing. It's
life.
like a lot of people, that at face value to a lot of people sounds so negative. But like the reality is, like the dance of death, the dance of war is something that God decreed. And when you find yourself
Right.
in that dance, you dance. It's not so much about, and this is one thing I get to all the time, like we can talk about moral absolutes, and we can throw around things that we know are moral absolutes, but the fact of the matter is when some shit comes to your town, like you didn't make any decisions, but you might have to defend yourself even though like you're not even fighting for a cause.
Right, and the same, look, God is both destroyer and creator, and we inhibit those. We have those attributes. When you're fighting for your life, it's still an exchange of life. You still see the guy's soul leave his body. It is a holy thing to be killed and to kill.
That's a very basic thing, really. Every hunter knows this, I feel like.
This is why everybody, no matter what culture,
What about war now?
When they kill an animal, they blood you.
Based. What, Flame, what were you saying? What war now? What about that war now?
What about war now? It's so
It's so
impersonal.
But is the dude who joins the military not knowing what he's getting into at 18 just so he can get some fucking college money? Like,
Yes, it's still the exchange of life and death.
I hear you. I hear you. And that is to be recognized. My point is that the morality is a lot more complicated
well,
than that.
I'm saying like in personal,
No, we
like you got the
constructed a
drone
separate
strike that
morality.
takes 10 out, and the guy is in Arizona. Like the
It's
guy's in the U.S. and he like.
I'm with you.
murdered
But that's my
people
point
from
is
that
like the dude
side.
didn't sign up for the dude just wanted some college money. He was 18 years old. He's an idiot.
It
Let him hit the button.
The motives of the individual people that have the conflict does not matter. It does not matter from where the blood flows, only that it does.
So you would drone strike Palestine?
Yes,
Oh man. I wouldn't
it
do
would
that.
still be act of godliness in a giant cosmological way. Not
But
immediate-
that's like just saying that everything happens for a reason. It's like
Yes.
it's like okay, fine. But now that
Look.
Palestinian fucking the children's hospital got blown up.
Ultimately, yeah. Ultimately, those tragic, horrible things and the life-giving, happy things. Like,
I agree with
Donating
everything
to
you're saying, although I
charity.
think if you're aware of these things, you expressly should not take part in them. Unless you do feel it's justified, at which point I'm not going to judge you. Whatever you think, I don't know. Whatever you think, dude.
ultimately, we are also creators. We are all in the image of God. So ultimately, we will end up having a war.
Yeah, most definitely. And I absolutely think there's such thing as a just war. Most
we
definitely.
No, I'm saying we have to experience violence.
Yeah.
As because we were made in his image.
I know. Wrath is part of that, dude.
Yeah.
I'm aware, but I still think if you're, I don't know, if you're
It's-
aware
it's
that
just-
some shit is not helping the world, maybe you should just abstain.
He specifically He specifically made us and made this planet as hard and as
You say he
terrible as
made, but once
possible.
again, like, we are the
Yeah.
co-creators. We're building this prison actively, like,
Well,
and the choice is to stop at any time.
he made the script though.
But I
He's
feel like
writing
that
the
distinction that's too much of a distinction. We're writing this, like, it's beyond even putting into words, man. But I think we are emanations of that consciousness. We're the ones who build it. We're writing the script as it goes.
That's what we think we're doing.
I see, but I disagree. I think I'm a guy who doesn't even think we have free will. And yet here we are actively writing the script. The piece of art that God is creating is not so much something where the art is like a finished product. You look at it and wow. It is so complex that it is something that is actively written as it goes by the performers.
Yeah, it's a self-running program that he made specifically to meet a specific end, which is the cleansing of the universe.
Is that not just a return to absolute?
Yes, that is.
Okay, just making sure.
Look, before we meet God, humanity must rid the universe of all life.
All right. Okay. I don't think there's any that's around. I think it's out there somewhere.
Because they all got eaten by Lovecraftian beasts.
See,
and
I would
they
much
went
rather
on
be
later.
eaten by a Lovecraftian beast than go kill a bunch of aliens.
Yeah, but the Lovecraftian beast will be saying he's an alien and will take the form of a gray.
That's not much of a beast, though. It's like a dude I could break into two.
It can-
Easy.
We could roundhouse kick him.
Yeah, I'll fuck that guy up. Don't you tempt me, dude. You're not taking no samples from me. I don't want to see no space babies from me. Space welfare, not an option.
So like when the invasion starts, we gotta get Yakov 1v1 a gray.
Dude, I will snap him over my knee like Batman.
I'd love to see that.
They'll fucking book it out of this guy off this planet so goddamn fast, dude. It's gonna be like the Wrath of Khan in this bitch.
It would be funny if like the battle for Earth was like won by hand-to-hand combat.
No, that's
Oh,
the
man,
real
all
problem.
that
We're talking about
technology.
Battlefield Earth here. Now their champion is gonna be John Travolta. I don't think I can beat that guy up.
That's exactly what Islam says. Is everybody's going
Is
to
hand-to-hand combat?
Yes.
Well, if they come here, they violated the NAP, so I snap them like a twig.
Yeah, and Jesus will literally have martial arts.
I do believe that. I think Jesus is going to be so freaking cool, man. And I'm really looking forward to it. Coming up soon, Jesus. Near future.
We don't use weapons anymore.
That's once again, that's my favorite thing about Jesus is that like whatever would appeal to you, Jesus will come in that form and I don't know, show you a whole different spectrum of life, dude. And it's whether he's the warrior, whether he's the shaman, whether he's the guru, whether he's whatever he is, man.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Where are we here? We're an hour and 13 in, so we can kind of get into some old school content. You wanna take a break and I'll let some Antichrist Dijal play?
I need some water, so
All right.
yes.
All right, so folks, I'm gonna play you an episode of the Antichrist. The Antichrist Dijal will be a reptilian shapeshifter. It's a tongue twister. I don't know. It's not a very marketable name.
Warning.
But then again, I watched all
there's a lot
500
of
episodes.
reading.
You gotta read. You gotta pretend it's fucking 2007
Reading's
all
for
over
dorks,
again.
dude. Who the fuck reads anymore?
I know. This is why Flame doesn't have the hot takes to bring to the table because he wasn't there in
Damn.
2007 reading YouTube videos. That's what he
I
had.
could
don't even know what
And I
was
say
there.
this again, dude. If you're out there, if you want hot takes, go watch fucking weird conspiracy videos from fucking 2010, because
Made
that's
by
where
Muslims.
all and yeah, why not?
I
But
bet
all
back
of it
then
takes-
I was on the aliens or demons train.
I know, but that's like the most boring train possible. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Bullshit.
It's just the most boring train possible.
How's that boring?
Because
They're just lying ass motherfuckers.
All
they're
this shit's
not.
probably completely fake. Everything we're basing all of this on, and none of it happened, and it's all just
I'm basing
fake.
Well,
mine on
It's
scripture.
50-50
Okay, you
here.
know,
It's real for me, therefore it's real in the absolute.
the Mod. What does Islam say about these aliens? Are they demons or
So
no?
they're all dead.
What do you mean they're all dead?
All the aliens.
I'm gonna
as of
okay.
now.
This is
Okay.
not the time to talk about this. I'm going to counter signal your ass so fucking hard.
All right, just play the
Um,
fucking video.
Yeah, we're taking you back. This is the OG conspiracy shit I watched back in the day that fucking got me going. You're gonna enjoy a little bit of this now. It's gonna give you a foundation for what we're gonna talk about here. God, I got so many things to click. Where to even begin, bruh? Where to begin? Let's pause that shit. Let's play that shit. Fuck, hold up. I actually wasn't prepared. This happens every time. I apologize. I'm retarded.
Black screen, black screen.
There's no audio on this?
All I see is
Is it
black
playing?
screen.
That's rough.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, but it's got no audio playing. I have I have this saved somewhere on my computer. Hold up. Hold up, folks. Of course, fucking tech issues are gonna just shoot me in the fucking head right now.
Yeah, the audience is saying no audio.
I know no audio. I'm aware no audio. I figured it out, man.
The audience, one guy.
Was it Pangas?
Yeah, Pingus is still in chat.
Fuck. Do I gotta plug in my external, dude? Can I do that right now?
It says 7 are watching right now.
They're watching?
Yeah, they're all my friends.
We're gonna
They're
get the
all in my
fucking
head.
the shorts going, and we'll have lots of people watching, dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take your shorts off. On
Shit, dude.
Take mine
I'm desperately looking for this shit. I know it's on my computer. I have all 500 episodes somewhere to be found here. I do have a backup if that doesn't work. I can give you... Fuck, man. That fucks me all up, to be honest. Come on, guys. Talk. What the fuck?
Yes, sir. The aliens are all dead.
talking.
The aliens are all dead because
Yeah.
demons atomize whatever they touch. Right.
Whenever they touch each
Whatever
other.
they touch, they instantly get atomized.
But what does it mean by what they touch? Like, what are they touching? Like the air?
Any physical matter demons
Uh-huh.
touch in Islamic lore, it's instantly atomized. You get eaten.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, lore says that all the aliens are dead, and it's our job to ultimately cleanse the universe of the guys that atomized them. So, like how Solomon used Rill, or the breath, or whatever you want to call it, to destroy the Martians, we're gonna have to do the rest of the universe. Folklore says King Solomon used an army of flying carpets. He didn't need an army of flying carpets, but that's the image that it took.
Freaking crap. This is such a headache to me. I'm sorry, everybody. I failed you again. Not really. I'm gonna get it. I'm just like, I want to... Look, I'm not gonna do anything crazy on YouTube. I wouldn't do anything weird on YouTube.
No, we definitely wouldn't.
Never did.
Like talking about drone strikes.
I mean, you can talk about drone strikes. That's legal, right? You can talk about that.
Drone strike news. Israel decided to bomb Syria during the earthquake.
During the earthquake? Holy shit.
Cool.
During the earthquake.
How savage. They're like,
Okay.
quick. They're the natural disaster. Make it worse.
They didn't care. Let's make it look like an accident, and they just did like a missile barrage in this area.
Oh my god. Everything went to shit. That's fucking great, dude.
Exactly. That's
How does this happen? Why does OBS like this, dude?
OBS.
All right. We're going to do this the janky way, but you're still going to get your video, everyone, and we're going to get our break, so everything's going to be cool.
Greetings, Mugwort.
Good to
Tell
have you.
me. We're about to go on break.
We're going to play video, though. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to take you back to the old days, take you back
There
to
are
the
no
past.
breaks in the heresy train.
What the fuck is going on here? I hate OBS. Just fuck off. It's pissing me off, dude. I'm having a bad time. All right. Let's just do it. Let's just say fuck it. I don't care anymore. I'm going to mute us. We're going on break. We'll see you in 10 minutes.
Are we good?
Now Channel 4 News has obtained footage which shows the new president, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, claiming he was surrounded by a divine light when he was addressing the UN Security Council back in September. And he's recently said that all his country's policies should be based on the second coming of a mystical religious figure. Our international editor, Lindsay Hilsum, has been to Tehran and to the Jamkaran shrine just outside the holy city of Qom to find out how the president's messianic devotion to the Shia Muslim saint the Mahdi is shaking up the country.
Some are keen to praise him, provided they don't have to look a woman journalist in the eye.
Mr. Ahmadinejad is the only president in 28 years who came with the slogan of bringing justice, saying that he is one of us, cut from the same cloth. He proudly invokes the name of God the Merciful, and after that he always prays for the coming of the Mahdi. With this sentence, he proves that he and the government he has formed are all lovers of the Mahdi.
A DVD circulating secretly in Tehran and on the internet shows the president a few days later entering a house with a senior conservative Ayatollah. They sit and drink tea in the traditional manner. What he says about his experiences in New York gives a rare insight into how Mr. Ahmadinejad really thinks.
On
the last day, when I was speaking before the assembly, one of our group told me that when I started to say, "In the name of God, the Almighty and Merciful," he saw a light around me, and I was placed inside this aura. I felt it myself.
It's supposed to be quiet. Look, I didn't make the video. I'm muting that and putting on my own damn music. I'm not getting no copyright strike over that. No fucking way. Oh wait, it doesn't work that way. I can do it. I'm just retarded. Hold on, dude. I'll figure this out eventually. No copyright strike yet. Am I still live on Twitch? I don't know. Movie music, why? Oh, we back. We
It's
back
just
big time.
Jin fucking with people.
We back
Say
big
what?
time. What do you guys do? I know private conversations here on the stream, boys.
Ooh, I was learning about some serious Islamic lore pertaining to aliens.
You mean
dude.
that
It was
Arabi?
like,
This guy's got no serious Islamic lore on aliens. You got to look to the Mehdi.
Yeah, he
for
does.
That.
He
Only
was
the
telling me
Mehdi
some
knows about
juicy
that.
bits.
Go on.
So
Yeah, tell us.
So the demons in Islam are made from the same secret fire that the jinn are made out of, but they're their own thing. They exist in like a null space or void between what we could consider dimensions, right?
Chaos.
Yes.
Okay.
The warp.
The warp.
Islam is just Warhammer 40k.
Everything is, if you think about it.
Yeah, everything is ultimately Warhammer 40k. And when they touch things, they're like, they are fire, they are hunger. So when they touch things, physical matter is just atomized on contact, burns away. So, when people get possessed, the Islamic interpretation would be it's just jinn or fae that exist here on Earth fucking around with people and aren't actually demons.
Well, it's not too dissimilar from if, say, the Antichrist Dajjal was a reptilian shapeshifter.
Right.
Exactly.
And he is.
So, the video we
With
just
his
watched...
robot arm.
It's someone said in the chat that it's spooky, and it is. You watch 500 episodes of that in 2007, high as fuck on dank, dude. Spooky. That's what it is. It ran the gamut. Every conspiracy thing you can possibly imagine. They were all hit.
Sounds like a good time.
It is, and it still is. The stuff you can find, go find it. It's fucking fantastic. But it was done by this guy named Abdullah Hashem, who was, I think he was like half Egyptian and half something from Indiana. This has become a lot more prolific lately. I've done a few streams on this. Not easy to find, by the way. But I've been digging, and it seems like this guy might have his own cult. His own, like, compound, maybe, in the UK. Who knows? He might be doing it right. He's claiming to be... I keep wanting to say vice-regent. Vicegerent? Help me out here, bud. Did he make this word up? I actually looked it up. It's no. It's like vice-regent, only the G and the R are switched. So it's like a vicegerent. Look it up. Look it up. I swear to God. It's a word. But he started using it. Like, that's what he is. He is the riser, and he is one of the Metis. You saw in this video that we just watched, it's on and on about these figures like the Mahdi, the Sufyani, just these apocalyptic Islamic figures.
Oh, the vicegerent.
Vicegerent. Is that how you say that? Yeah, I don't know.
Vicegerent.
I don't know. I've never heard that word. I kept saying vice-regent.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing as a vice-regent.
Yeah, the same thing as Vercingetorix.
They literally just switched the R and the G to piss me off. Alright, that's a dick move, but alright.
Dude, you look like a Smurf right now.
I am a Smurf right now.
He is an elf. I am an
Now
elf.
he's red.
Adobe.
He is
Adobe.
of the
So
house
yeah, there
of
was a bunch of
Amor.
spin-offs with this, and you can kind of guess the plot. You know, the Western empires are the empire of the Dajjal. Demons control the ruling elite. All of this, the war on terror, the Middle East stuff, all of that has like esoteric significance. But it did everything. It explained how Bigfoot was Al Jassasa, the Dajjal's buddy, for lack of a better term. But then there's, we got to go slow here. Let's go to the next bit then. What's the next bit? All right. So I was watching those videos, and then somewhere along the way, around episode 500, he ditched America to go live in the Middle East. And while in the Middle East, he must have made some connections, which is kind of surprising. But there was a lot of upheaval, and I think he was part of a lot of the things that were going on. You could see him on like, he would pop up on RT once in a while. Weird stuff. He used to do all these. He like went to like a decent film school allegedly, and he had all these pictures of him shaking hands with all of these celebrities, which is very strange. And he said that like these connections are what told him that it was reptiles controlling everybody on the top. So he's in the Middle East, and apparently he picked up some fucking skills, because the next thing I know, he started his own religion, a new branch of Islam, essentially, the Ahmadi religion of peace and light. I'm wondering about this name, the Ahmadi religion of peace and light. So isn't like Ahmed essentially that's almost synonymous with Muhammad in some ways?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't understand. Can you tell me how? I don't know how. I do know that vaguely.
So it has to do with ancestral lineage.
Okay.
And that's just, you know, you have your given name, and then multiple other names people can call you by.
Okay, so I'm looking at this, the name Ahmadi, and I'm like trying to figure out exactly what that means. I should have known. And I'm sitting here, I'm like racking my brain for everything in my head. It sounds like Ahmadiyya. There's an Ahmadiyya school of Islam. It's like an Indian Islam. It's a lot more perennial. So I'm thinking that, and it's not that. I'm thinking like the name Ahmed. It's like Ahmadi, like this is of the line of Muhammad. That would kind of make sense. It's not that. This guy went to the Middle East and he found some guy who's basically, as far as the US government is concerned, he's a fucking Iraqi terrorist who's claiming to be the Mahdi. Who is the Mahdi exactly, Mud? He is, what is he, a warrior, a king? What would you say?
He is the one who opens the way for Christ.
He is the precursor to the return of Jesus Christ. There is always a militant role. You were called to join his army, right?
Well, no, his army will not. It will not necessarily be military. When Jesus comes down is the final battle, but his whole spiritual training is to convert people at the very sight of him. So there won't be a lot of Muslims think that he's just gonna show up out of the desert and start chopping heads off. But that will be Jesus' job.
Yep. I do believe that's kind of where Revelation leaves off too. Jesus gathers the saints and they go to town.
Yeah.
It do be happening.
That's exactly.
So that Ahmadi name is a reference to Ahmed or Ahmad Hassan, who is this Iraqi insurgent or whatever who is claiming to be the Mahdi. Now he was like a big figure at Hausa. How do I even talk about this, Mod? Help me out. Come on now. Define that.
I don't even know the word.
It's it might be a Shiite thing. That might be why.
Yeah.
But it is I want to say like a theological school, but like verging on the mystical. something like that.
It could just be another Sufi order.
It's not. It's like a school of thought. Let's fucking look it up.
Yeah,
Let's
it's a
fucking,
school of thought. Okay.
let's define this right now, because this is how this guy came into prominence and how he declared himself essentially as the Mahdi.
Husseini. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, Hawza. Yeah, it says Hawza is a seminary where Shia Muslim scholars are educated. Okay, so
Right, it's like LXR, but for...
So he came up in that, and eventually he decided, and I don't want to say, there's a story, and we'll get into that too. We can get into that right now. But he is the precursor to the return of Jesus Christ, and he's trying to gather, I want to say, like, straight up, he's like a military guy, he's a militant. So it's like, there is, like, he's trying to gather an army, essentially, but it's not like actively trying to recruit and fight. It's like treating it as like an information war that eventually would turn into that.
That's what the real Mahdi.
Yeah. And now here's another thing. When I listen to these guys, there's not a lot I totally disagree with. There's like fucking Abdullah Hashem is calling himself a Mehdi. I disagree with that. That's stupid, I think. But like, there's a lot of stuff here I actually do agree with, which is what's most interesting about all cults to me is that I wind up liking them every time invariably. Go figure. Weird, right? Alright, so, let's cut to the, I don't know what this is, like a commercial for the religion? They announced the religion. They got a commercial. Let's watch it. Let's go to the tape.
Scientology.
Fuck, everything's still fucked up over here. What a disaster, dude. You know, you think I could do one thing right in my life? Nah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. The Ahmadi religion of peace and light. Now, religion of peace, that's like kind of funny on face value, straight up. But then you have the light aspect added to it. I don't know. You have words like Lucifer, which are based on light bearer.
The world is changed by those who dare to go against the grain.
Light a lot.
Some
Yeah,
call them
everyone does.
revolutionaries. Others call them dreamers.
Yeah.
But we call them
What
believers.
did he say?
Hold up,
So what do we believe?
I forgot to share. It's been so long since I've even done this. I just forget to share the screen with the homies. Hold up. God, everything is wrong because I'm just stupid. That's my main problem is I'm dumb as fuck.
We forgive you.
Alright.
Believers.
Believers.
So what do we believe?
You want to get a beanie?
We
Get a
believe
beanie.
in the story of God and the truth of his
I
messengers.
want a wife.
From the proof of God who walks the earth today, Imam Ahmed al-Hassan, from him is peace, tracing all the way back to the father.
No, that's the Iraqi insurgent guy who is declaring himself Mehdi. By the way.
Of mankind, Adam, peace be upon him.
Peace be
We
upon him.
believe that guidance comes from God alone.
Peace be upon
And like a
you.
loving
Peace be
Father,
upon
God has
you.
never left the earth for a single day without a divinely appointed guide in it. We believe in a universal truth. Faiths which have divided humanity for centuries are in fact part of a single story. And history's great teachers like Buddha, Krishna, Lao Tzu, Socrates, and Aristotle were prophets and messengers.
Now, that might seem weird to be calling these figures prophets and messengers of God, but I don't think that's actually so weird in Islam. Is it, Maud?
So, no, it is not. So, we believe that every single civilization that has ever existed received a prophet of some kind.
So it's essentially saying that they were practicing the true faith, however that was practiced at the time, but over time that was lost. That's usually the Muslim take, right?
So Muslims will look at monotheistic religions and say that's Islam. Because any monotheistic religion that recognizes the absolute is Islam.
No, but the thing is, it doesn't even stop at monotheistic religions because they looked at King David, or what the fuck am I getting at here? Alexander the Great. I'm retarded right now, I told you. Alexander the Great the same way.
Right, because Muslims view him as being Dhul Qarnayn, or the owner of the two horns. Because in the chronicles surrounding Qarnayn, it kind of traces out the same route Alexander's army took.
God.
God.
We believe in reincarnation and the journey of the
No, that's
eternal
weird
soul.
for Muslims.
We believe that we are
Yes
not alone.
and no.
In all mystical schools of thought, you will find the belief in reincarnation. That's another thing I do find, but it's not usually brought to the forefront.
You say that's not accepted in Islam? Or
In the same way it's not accepted in Christianity.
Yeah,
Shared memories and souls imprinting on one another is, but reincarnation, like actual reincarnation, is not accepted.
That beyond the bounds of this planet exists life and other worlds.
Wow.
We believe in a better tomorrow, in a world filled with goodness and justice for
We got
all.
goodness happening.
And we believe that God has sent divinely appointed guides.
But
Imam
there's the
Ahmed
thing, is
Hassan
like
from him is peace.
I feel like when you look at Muslims doing this, everything is like it's all made for Westerners to misinterpret. Like when they say stop racism, what they really mean is submit to Allah. Right?
Amazing.
Right? I'm flat out. It's not even saying like it's nothing to do with Western values at all, which you could take as good or bad, but I just want to establish that.
I am now an anti-racist.
Just like Malcolm X.
Mean, isn't it like the stance of Islam is that like there's no discrimination.
The stance in Islam is submit to Allah.
Yeah.
Period. That's why Islam means submission. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you're stupid, whether you're smart, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're fat, whether you're skinny. Submit to Allah.
Yeah.
And Abu Sadiq, peace be upon him, to restore the world to goodness.
Goodness means
all of history has led up to this very moment, the dawning of a new day.
I know what goodness
where light
be.
outshines the darkness. Just as the prophecies foretold, Abu Sadiq, peace be upon him, has come with a new book, a new gospel, full of groundbreaking knowledge and revelations.
A new gospel,
sure to
folks.
unite people from all walks of life. By faith, we walk on the path of truth.
it was a shit read.
We didn't get around to it yet.
On a journey towards God.
I sensed it.
It's a new gospel. That's sinning against the spirit.
Yeah.
What is saying against the spirit?
We can do this
Making
again, I
a
guess.
new gospel.
No,
Like
not
Thomas
believing
Jefferson
the
did.
gospel.
Fucking
No,
freebie.
You're supposed to believe that thing, dude. Oh man, this is all so difficult now. Everything's so hard now. There we go. So yeah, what do we think about all that? You guys want to start a religion, make it very perennial? We'll use some foreign influence. What?
I mean, that's kind
I
of.
already got that. Man.
Sounds like
I already constructed
yeah.
one in my head.
That sounds
Odin's
very-
there. He's chilling with me. Krishna's there.
So we got
Sounds very familiar.
we got these Muslims. They be believing in reincarnation. They be believing in aliens.
And
They believe-
stopping racism.
And now here's the thing: when I like first found out that this connection was happening between this Ahmad Hassan and Abdullah Hashem, I went to the website and there's a whole section of it that was just about the craziest conspiracy theories you can possibly imagine. All of the craziest stuff from the Reptilian Dajjal series was there. And there was even a whole big ass cool video about how Ant-Men were living on the moon and they're also Christians. I can't find that stuff now. It's like purged. I think it was Black Banners 313. It was like the name I was seeing everything under. I can't find any of that anymore, which is a bummer. But the fact of the matter is, it seems like there was a schism between two camps. Now, Hassan went into... I don't want to, like... I don't even want to disparage this. I don't know what to make of it. He went into occultation. Occultation? Hard to say. A word I don't say very often. He fucking disappeared. Now, his followers believe that he, like, went where Enoch went. You know, where, you know, Elijah went. Didn't die with God. Wherever the imams...
Where Jesus went.
Hey, man. I guess so. But it's not that simple with Jesus. Hey, man. But now this guy's he's been MIA since 2019. Well, since then, it's been claimed by Abdullah Hashem's group. Now he's going by Abba Sadiq at this point. Abdullah Hashem is now Abba Sadiq. That might come up in time. It's claimed by him that this camp is impersonating the Mahdi and taking donations and giving false information, impersonating them, and that's his stance. The other camp, and not the I don't know how to even say this shit. Not the Mehdis end. They've been silent as far as I can tell. The allegations are that there was a falling out between Abdullah Hashem and the supposed Mehdi, and now that's why they're saying that everybody on that camp is fake. And they're still continuing to use all of Ahmed Hassan's imagery because they're saying they are actually in contact with him and through him Allah. So it's very fucking complicated. But let's go to the timeline on this.
That's crazy, you know all that.
I've been watching this, I'm telling you, since 2007 I've been doing this bit, and I didn't even realize I was doing it. Let's pull up this timeline. I have a timeline of events for these guys. All right, and now it's interesting. You go to the AhmadiReligion.org, the AhmadiReligion.org, and it doesn't look like it's like a church website, the website of a religion or something like that. You would expect that to look like it was made in 1997. This looks like a tech startup, which tells you, like, you know, these are the guys in control of this. They're young, like they're not much older than I am. These are the people I was watching on YouTube coming up, like trying to make content. It's very interesting to me how it's taken, and like it kind of looks cheesy. Like definitely the tech startup website look doesn't have the best look to it these days. Doesn't have the greatest reputation, but like I don't know, it's thinking outside the box, which is very interesting. Every religious website I've ever been to looks like 1997. That has its appeal too. So
I was 1 year old.
I'm going to read the history of the Dawa. What does Dawa mean?
So it could be translated as history of the evangelism, history of the spread of the religion.
History of the ministry type thing?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. So this is the history of their religion, essentially.
Or the preaching of...
Yes. Well, and that's the thing. In Islam, I feel like announcements are very important in a way that's not really found in other religions. I don't know. Maybe that's just because the more focused you are on prophecy, the more there is like announcing a thing becomes... Because I can think of cases of that in Christianity too. So in 1999, Ahmad al-Hassan meets Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi. In the mausoleum of the two Imams, al-Hadi and al-Askari. Come on, guy. Imam Ahmad al-Hassan meets Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi for the first time in the physical world. 2003 to 2004, Ansar pledged belief in Ahmad al-Hassan. In 2003, many of the Hausa students in Iraq pledged their support and belief in Imam Ahmad al-Hassan. November 2004, public announcement of the Dawah. In November 2004, Imam Mahdi commands Imam Ahmad al-Hassan to announce the revolution against the oppressors, meaning the Western Empire, essentially. Ahmad al-Hassan enters in occultation/silent absence in mid-2007. Due to betrayals, Ahmad al-Hassan goes into absence in the second half of 2007. 2008, Abdullah Abba al-Sadiq. God damn, I'm trying here. Abdullah Abba al-Sadiq relocates to Egypt. So 2008, that's like right in the midst of the Reptilian Dajjal series, right in the midst of a lot of upheaval that was going on in the Middle East at the time.
He was in the middle of it, and he was prophesizing.
He was in a lot of the crowds in a lot of protests. He was, like I said, he was showing up on like RT and stuff like that, like interviewing him, like he's at protests. So he was being active. So 2011 to 2014, Abdullah Abba al-Sadiq builds the platform of Egypt. In 2011, Abdullah Hashem worked on gathering Ansar for Ahmad al-Hassan. Abdullah Hashem strove to build the media platform for the Imam, fulfilling the hadith about the minbar of Egypt. This small group of believers spent the next years producing and spreading videos and media about the call of Imam Ahmad al-Hassan to all four corners of the world, a task which they continue to do until this day. This is where it gets real funky, and then the tech startup thing starts to make sense, and it's like, these prophecies are literally being fulfilled through YouTube videos. It's bizarre. Like, this is the world we're living in now, man. The 12th of December 2012, the imposter poses as Ahmad al-Hassan on Facebook. Former companions of Imam Ahmad al-Hassan formed an office in his name in Najaf, Iraq. They pretended to represent the Yamani from the family of Muhammad. They created a fake Facebook page in the name of Ahmad al-Hassan. They imitated his voice, and they stole the donations of the Ansar. So, it's ridiculous to believe that Facebook could be so, like, you could... How is the emissary of God going to get his Facebook account hacked? It's a real bad look. It's just funky. It's weird.
Dude. It's just the trials you go through.
Raw moment. They put the TikTok boom.
I'm sure the prophet has to deal with getting doxxed as well.
Hasn't been yet. The 23rd of January 2015, the death of King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia. On the 23rd of January 2015, King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia died, thus fulfilling an important prophecy. It was narrated that the messenger of Allah said, "Hijaz will be ruled by a man whose name is the name of an animal. If you see him from afar, you would think that he's cross-eyed, and if you come close to him, you do not see anything wrong with his eyes. He will be succeeded by a brother of his named Abdullah. Woe to our Shia followers from him! Woe to our Shia followers from him! Woe to our Shia followers from him!" He repeated it 3 times. "Give me the glad tidings of his death, and I give you the glad tidings of the appearance of the Hujjah, Imam Mahdi." The 23rd of January 2015, Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi appears to 12 men. On January 23rd, when King Abdullah died, that very same day, 12 people confirmed to have been taken by Imam Ahmad al-Hassan to Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi, and that he informed them of many things, which goes with the hadith. Imam al-Sadiq said, "The Qaim does not rise until 12 men emerge. All of them gather upon the saying that they have seen him, but they are all belied." That same day, a video was uploaded to YouTube declaring the good news that the Mahdi had reappeared. The video has since been removed. I swear to God I've seen that video. Who knows? Would love to have it. Believers, this is the 23rd of January 2015 to the 3rd of June 2015. Believers anonymously spread the good news of the Black Banners. Now, the Black Banners, the prophecy is, it came up in that video that when the Black Banners rise in Khorasan, they should cross ice even if you have to.
Yes.
To get to them.
So the original, the flag of the Rashidun was a plain black flag, according to Byzantine reports. And so that's the flag that Mahdi is going to use, is a plain black flag.
So at the beginning of the call after the death of King Abdullah, on the 23rd of January 2015, the believers began to anonymously spread the message about the raising of the Black Banners on the internet. Thanks, Internet. 13th of June 2015, Abdullah Abba al-Sadiq declares himself innocent of the false office and publicly raises the black banner. On the 13th of June 2015, the believers revealed their identities, and they did so one after another by raising the black banner on their official accounts. The first of them being Abdullah Hashem and the believers with him in Egypt. So they all put fucking Facebook profile filters on.
And black flag emojis.
This is prophecy, baby. The 18th of September 2015. First statement of Imam Ahmad al-Hassan after occultation. 2015. A new headquarters is established in Germany. 2016. Europe. A new chapter begins. Believers from around the world begin gathering in Germany. That's what we should do.
Based.
The 3rd of April 2017. Abba al-Sadiq travels from Egypt to Germany. The 24th of December 2017. Black Banners of the East Satellite Channel launches. They launched a satellite TV channel in 2017. Not a weird flex, but hey. November 2018. A new headquarters is established in Sweden. April of 2020. Imam Ahmad al-Hassan makes a statement about COVID-19. I'd never want to read anything else about COVID ever again. We missed it, boys. You're never going to know. The 7th of May 2020, the Black Banners of the East channel hosts a televised event celebrating the announcement of the Seventh Covenant. 2021, new headquarters is established in the UK. 2022, a new chapter begins. And that's where they're at now, living in whatever compound they got. Yeah, man. That's the life for me. Most definitely. Now, this is when I think questions kind of start to arise. Now, people start accusing this of being a cult at this point. There's a lot of allegations of it being a UFO cult being thrown around. I wish I could find the link I had for that, but I'm retarded once again. I'm sorry, everybody.
Well, they have an Ascended Masters thing going on.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, most definitely. Here's another thing. The reincarnation thing gets weirder because they think the biblical saints are reincarnating. That's why it's so relevant, is because they're showing up in modern times to do stuff. And that's why, like, they call, like, that's why Abdullah Hashem is so willing to be called Mehdi. Because he's just the reincarnation of somebody. This is the esoteric stuff that they don't really get into flat out. Same thing with the aliens. They'll show aliens in the video, but what the fuck are the implications of all of that? They don't tell you that there are ant-men on the moon who are Christians. But that's probably something along the lines of what they believe. How weird does it get? I don't know. I don't know. There's not information out there. I'm trying to find some forum posts I found criticizing them, but even that, it didn't have any details. There's no real reason to bring it up. It's not clear what they believe, and there's not a lot of attention on them. That's why this is so interesting to me. I've been following it so long, and it seems so established when you look into it. Yet there's nobody really paying attention to it. I don't know.
Interesting.
Let's
or are they still winging it? They're still making it up as they go.
This guy's got it down. I'll show you a video right now. I'll show you a video of our boy Abba Sadiq, Abdullah Hashem.
Alright, that's like a...
Let's watch him rock and roll, dude. He's good at what he does. I'll give him that. He learned a thing or two when he was in the Middle East.
Before 2015 and for decades, the non-working scholars of Shia Islam, the Muslim scholars, have been talking about a particular prophecy that described the time of the appearance of Imam al-Mahdi, just as Isaiah was describing the time of the appearance of the Messiah. In the hadith it says, the Prophet Muhammad said, "There shall rule Al-Hijaz." Al-Hijaz is the area where the Kaaba is. A man whose name is the same name as the name of an animal. He shall be succeeded by his brother whose name is Abdullah. If you see this man from afar, you'd think that he was cross-eyed. But if you walk up to him,
the third time you've heard
close
this,
to
you
him,
better remember
you won't
this,
see in
people.
his eyes anything. Woe to our Shia from him, and he repeats this 3 times. Give me glad tidings of this man's death and I shall give you the glad tidings of the appearance of the Hajj.
Now, these same points do keep coming up, because that's the point, is that they are a messianic apocalyptic cult, essentially. They are trying to start the army of the end times. Like, they don't come right out and say that. They come right out with, like, YouTube shorts with videos that say stop racism. But these are, like, the first people that I've ever heard heavily criticizing Israel. So it's all very interesting. It's all more complicated than it seems at face value. What?
Ultimately, they are the racists.
Interesting. What's this guy talking about? Like,
he's just talking prophecy. There's a lot of videos out there. Look up Abba Sadiq. Abasadiq. And I don't want to play all the videos. I don't want to get like flagged or whatever the fuck for having this guy's half-hour long videos. I don't know. I just want to show this quick shit. You can get an idea. You can track this shit down. But he sits at a fucking table. It's a big fucking table he's at. He sits right in the middle, wearing exactly what he's wearing there, surrounded on both sides, 6 on both sides, dudes wearing all black, just like he's wearing, except a little less. His shit's interesting. He's got that zipper there. He's got a fucking decent look. There's like a look going on. They're all wearing black hoodies with just the beanie. So what's that make? Does that make you think of anything immediately when you think of that long table? He's right in the center, and there's 6 people on either side of him. What is that?
Round table.
It's the painting of the Last Supper.
Or round table.
I don't know how many people are actually in the Last Supper painting, but it makes sense. The symbolism is all there. It's very interesting. And while he's talking, you see with his hands, he's always moving his hands. He's never not moving his hands. That is it seems, I've seen that, I feel like, watching like Muslim scholars and shit like that.
Watching Hitler.
Well, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of that. All great leaders like that.
All great speakers do that.
Yeah. Yeah, so he knows what he's doing, and he definitely picked up a thing or two. When I was watching his stuff, he didn't look like that. He looked a lot like I do. He had just shaved fucking normal hair, just looked like a normal fucking guy from Indiana, essentially. And now he's got the whole fucking thing down. And it's not just down as far as, like, he's able to kind of talk the talk, which he can basically pull it off. He's got he's got his aesthetic down, which, you know, say what you want about it. Like, I don't know. It's very interesting to me. You got the website that's designed like a fucking tech startup. You've got prophecies being fulfilled in social media. It's very forward thinking.
What prophecies are we talking about?
The raising of the black banners. They did it on social media, and it's like goofy, but like this is not the last time we're going to be seeing shit like this. This has only just begun.
ISIS did the same thing. They had black flag emojis on their Twitter account.
Indeed.
Yeah. The whole black flag is a like common trope.
It is, yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go to let's see if we can glean a little bit more about his book.
Everybody, no matter if they're a Jew or Christian, no matter if they're Muslim or Hindu or Buddhist or atheist, everybody agrees that if there is a God, the God has to be good. And everybody agrees that a good God would never leave his sheep go astray. There has to be a rope that is extended from God Almighty down into creation. That if creation holds on tightly to, that they don't go to hellfire, or else that would not be a God who is worthy of worship. The person who comes into this world and he's truly seeking or looking for God, he has to find God's phone number.
Gotta get it, dude. Phone home, brother. We're going home. Download the new gospel now. PDF's available
that's his book?
on our website. Yeah. Yeah, it's the new gospel, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Hold up, new gospel just dropped.
Yeah. Man, this is all so confusing. I'm streaming things in a way I've never done before, and I'm stupid.
All right. So, do we have to pay for this gospel though?
No, I have it. I'll send it to you. I'll link you.
Awesome.
Link you, brother. I have it. I'm gonna read it. It's like 600 something pages, so it's not something I could just like crap together. It's actually it requires some attention. But you hear like that whole thing. His whole pitch was, "You're not going to hell. God's gonna save you." It's a good pitch. Doesn't mean anything necessarily.
I guess that's a belief.
Well, that's what comes with reincarnation. The belief system of reincarnation means we're getting there. You'll get there eventually. No matter how long it takes, you'll eventually have to get there. It's the only place to go.
That's not as funny.
It's the only place to go. There's nowhere else to go. You can't escape. You can't get away.
Oh, snap. Shit, my pants.
Yeah, anyway. So,
Simple instruction booklet.
Amnesty.org. Algeria releases members of a Mahdi religious minority. Algerian authorities must immediately and unconditionally release and drop all charges against 3 members of the Ahmadi religion of peace and light who were arrested earlier this week solely for peacefully exercising their right to freedom of peaceful religion, said Amnesty International today. So they're being persecuted in Algeria, dude.
The land of my forefathers.
I don't know, just for what the hell?
For
what the hell is
blasphemy,
it for? I really, yeah, it's for blasphemy.
Yeah.
You're
saying just call it what it is.
You're saying you have a gospel that was already brought by Jesus. There's only one gospel.
That's not true. There's a bunch of gospels.
Look, dude,
and most of them are canon.
There's one gospel within the gospel.
Okay, the good news. It should be good.
Yeah,
it's very good.
There's one good news. So I applaud my countrymen for their swift justice.
So yeah, that's bringing you up to speed on what I know about these weirdos who have a cult now, who used to just make fucking fun YouTube videos. Surely this will go somewhere, right? I don't know. Stay tuned.
That's the goal. But
it could be released because Algerians really don't care.
I mean,
they're crazy. Just
they're,
like me.
They're able to exist under the radar.
You know what? I do have one more thing I can read about this. Yeah. So here's a post on blackbanners.com, black-banners.com/forum. This is his forum, and there's like no activity on it, but there's some interesting stuff in there. Muslim conspiracy theorists, what can I say? It's fantastic. Some fucking article here. Okay, so there's this fucking article about how alien invasion into Ukraine and Crimea, can you say reptilians? That's what it's called. The real purpose behind the war games and Russia incursion into Ukraine and Crimea. It turns out aliens. Illuminati aliens. Simple, right? Not so simple. The truth about aliens. Are you ready for this, Mod? This is what I was dying to get to. Long before Adam and Eve walked the earth, before our race claimed the earth as its own, there were other species, other creatures that called this planet home, and even today there lives on this planet many different species of aliens. Imam Ahmad al-Hassan, peace be upon him, said that the numbers of aliens on this planet today are in the millions.
So they're calling jinn and fake creatures aliens.
No.
It's literally what they're saying, though.
No.
Because there's hadith.
It's related. Let me go on here. Many of them have the ability to shapeshift and appear in the image of form of human beings. Some of them have come to this planet looking for knowledge, but a great many of them have come to this planet with the intention of causing harm and havoc to human beings. This is information from the Met Team, Wad. He's saying they're aliens from another planet.
Okay.
So the Fae are aliens?
No, they're from another planet. And most of these beings who visit our planet consider us to be of extremely low intelligence. Most of the aliens who come to this planet come for experiencing sex. There also exists a large number of alien-human hybrids. Some of them know they are of alien origin, others do not. The human DNA is particularly strong and overpowers the DNA of most aliens. For that reason, most of the hybrids born look like normal human babies. However, in some cases, the alien DNA sometimes surfaces and causes a child descendant of the alien-human hybrid to be born with what modern medicine classifies as a disease, e.g., Harlequin ichthyosis. Fuck. No, I'm not picking. I'm not doing pictures of Harlequin ichthyosis.
I'm an alien, boy.
My nose itches.
My wheelchair is a UFO.
It's true.
I'm coming back home.
The alien species which they are descendant of are called the Asur. The Asur are a species of alien which have the ability to shapeshift into human form and are present on our planet today, and have been present for quite some time. In their natural form, they have scaly skin, and as adults, they have gray eyes and resemble very much so the Harlequin ichthyosis baby. The universe is filled with life, and there are some aliens who live their lives so fast that they are born and grow up and die within 1 day of our time length. Then there are other species of aliens who live on such different frequency than ours that when they look at our planet, they see it as if it was empty of life, uninhabited. There are other species of aliens who look primitive, and if you were to see them, you would consider them to be of low intelligence, but yet they are highly evolved and advanced spiritually. One species of aliens that have come to Earth came from the Sirius star system. They come from a planet called Kuful, and it is a name in their language which means patience. They have large oval-shaped eyes, bluish skin. They are a species which is much more advanced than humans, and some of them are here on Earth today. How many are those who live on Earth today that the people consider to be crazy without paying any attention? So, Asur. First we'll start there. Alien species known as the Asur, and they are the shapeshifters. So what is the Asur? Give me like Zoroastrianism, or give me something here.
The Zoroastrians.
We were talking about this previously.
The Zoroastrians think the Asur are the divine beings, the helpers of the gods. And the Asur in Hinduism and Buddhism are the angry guys who want to fuck shit up.
That does just make that distinction even more interesting. And then bluish skin, the Sirius aliens with bluish skin. What were you saying about blue skin previously?
Some Shinto deities, some Hindu deities have bluish skin.
That's true.
That's the thing.
Krishna.
Connecting God to the sky, the blue sky. Like Zeus has skin that is the sky. He's literally the night sky. So he's blue.
Malevolent and benevolent alien species. Have you ever found yourself asking, what is my origin? Who am I? What is the truth behind Darwin's theory of evolution? Is the Mandela effect really just false memories, or is it even true? The malevolent alien race Shafar, from a planet called Evidon, is the embodiment of evil and wants to control the Earth for their own purposes. They are the ones who currently control the elite. They are able to control humans from afar like a remote control. One might notice that the eyes of a mind-controlled human shapeshift into slits with a white light beaming across. The US government is working with extraterrestrial species. The number of extraterrestrials living on Earth is in the millions. Many of them live on government bases, and many of them come and go disguised as human beings, having jobs and families just like humans. Some are good-natured, and some are really bad. There are also benevolent alien species whom seek goodness for humanity. Debate me.
I say I'm doing my part.
Debate me. I can't. That's all I got. That's what I got.
For real, that's it?
Dude, all of this has been scrubbed. I told you, there were videos explaining all of this shit previously. I can't find them now.
So if the majority of them are coming here for sex, why don't we just breed them out?
What?
I will have a harem of 4 big 8-titted alien women, and we will breed out the aliens.
Space welfare. All right. With that, we've been going for well over 2 hours. I think we can about call it. So thank you, everybody, for joining us for another very interesting esoteric chat into the esoterica of the esotericum. Ha!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude. So you either gather or scatter, man. You can live or you die. Doesn't matter to me either way. We're all going to the same place in the end. It all comes out brown in the end, right?
Except you're an alien. It stays blue.
I have things to show. There's a t-shirt. There's a Skinwalker Gang t-shirt. Actually, I can show that on screen right now. There's probably a link in the description. So yeah, this all makes sense. I can show it on screen. Check this shit out, dude. Flame, he designed a death metal logo.
Oh, yeah. The skills are growing.
Oh, yeah, dude. Put that on Flame's body. He's wearing it right now on the stream. Look at that thing. Let's make it big so everyone can see, so the whole class can enjoy it, dude. He made the text, and I made it a beautiful shirt design.
Yeah.
It's available. In the description should be Teespring links. Look around. There's probably Teespring links. Does it glow in the dark? If I could only do glow in the dark shirts, it should. If only. If only. So Skinwalker gang, whoop whoop. I'll see you at the gathering. Till next stream, everybody. I love you all dearly. I swear to God.